Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's YunKs. Today, I'll be showing you guys the Distant Star. This is the Rise of Iron Banner Scout Rifle. Anyway, let's just quickly go over the perks that I have on this thing. Before we get into it, actually, let me just mention this is not the vendor version that Lady Efforty is currently selling in her inventory. I repeat, this is not the vendor version, but it is a little similar. So let's just go over the perks real quick. So, for the sights I run Iron Red Dot, we have small bore and oiled frame, full auto and extended mag, hidden hand, and crowd control. So okay perks. I will be talking more about the vendor version a little bit later on in the video. The Distant Star is the same archetype as a Mida multi-tool, in case you were wondering, and yeah, let's just get right into the gameplay. So the Distant Star versus the Ultra Knife for the DPS test. It took me 28 shots to put him down, having to reload once. That reload clocking in at about 2 seconds long, each headshot dealing 1,172 damage, and it took me 10.2 seconds to kill him. Alright, let's talk a little bit about PvE with the Distant Star. Well, it is a scout rifle, and scouts are typically pretty solid in PvE, but of course it always really depends on the perks. I would say that mine really isn't anything special, my specific role. When it comes to PvE, you're usually going to want to look for perks like Outlaw, Firefly, maybe even explosive rounds, and you know, all that good stuff. Obviously, my Distant Star doesn't have any of this stuff, so for me, I have way more primaries that I would choose over this specific role. The vendor version that Lady Efforty is selling is definitely a little better than mine is in PvE, and that is mostly because it has Firefly on it. And speaking of, while we're on the topic, we might as well go over the vendor perks real quick. So it has brace frame, hand laid stock in the first column. In the second column, it has the same exact perks as mine, full auto and extended mag. And in the third column, it has hidden hand and, of course, Firefly. So I would recommend using hand laid stock, extended mag, and Firefly for PvE with the vendor version. Or if you really want, run full auto. You know, it's really personal preference, but the extended mag would definitely help in PvE. Alright, that's enough PvE talk. Let's get right into PvP now. And if you are here for the vendor version that Lady Efforty is selling, I would totally recommend hand laid stock still with full auto and hidden hand. You're really not going to need Firefly anymore. It's not going to be all that effective in PvP, although it is very much aesthetically pleasing. Other than that, it's really not going to come to play all that often. Of course, if you do not give a shit about full auto and you'd rather have extra shots in the mag, obviously go for extended mag. And I always recommend hand laid stock. That is because the other option is brace frame, which will reduce your mag size, which you really don't want. Plus, hand laid stock stability is already pretty damn decent, and you do get reduced range from it, but this is a scout, so it's not going to affect it all that much. It's still going to hit hard at a pretty fair distance. Alright, time for the damage numbers with the Distant Star. It'll deal 57 damage to the head and 38 damage to the body, so it'll take 4 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are headshots, or it'll take 6 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots. It could also take 3 headshots and 1 body shot to put down your enemy. What is the time to kill with the Distant Star? Well, let's say it takes 4 shots to kill your enemy. It'll take 0.9 seconds to put them down. So pretty damn good. This definitely can compete within the meta, but is it gonna outgun a Clever Dragon? Well, definitely not. The Clever Dragon does have a time to kill of 0.833, so if you are at a close enough range, the Clever Dragon is definitely gonna put you down, of course depending on the user of it, if they could aim it right. If you are at a distance though, the Distant Star should hopefully have the upper hand, you know, at a pretty decent distance. I wouldn't say medium, because a Clever Dragon could still compete very well at medium ranges, and more than likely you will lose that battle, so you're going to want to stay as far away from the battle as possible and just try to pick people off. It is called the Distant Star for a reason, you know, it shines at a distance. Anyway, guys, go ahead and leave in the comments, do you have the Distant Star? And if you do, what do you think of it? Do you have the vendor version that Lady Efforty is selling? If you don't have that one, what role do you have? let me know. Overall, I had a great time with the Distant Star in the Crucible. A fantastic choice for larger maps like Widow's Core and whatnot. If I'm not running a sniper rifle, this usually will be my go-to. I am looking forward to purchase the vendor version from Lady Efforty because I want that extra stability from hand-laid stock. I feel like that would be a beautiful thing. Just all in all, a pretty great all-around scout. Anyway, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more weapon reviews similar to this one. I'm always covering weapons here in Destiny. Anyway guys, I will see you next time.